Hey guys, how are you? So, today I'm going to be talking to you about your CV. Okay, what is a CV? A CV is the abbreviated form of the two words curriculum vitae. Curriculum vitae. This is your record, okay, your personal record of your work, educational, and perhaps life experiences which you use when you apply for a job, okay? So you see an advertisement for a new job and you think, okay, I want to do this. I want to apply for this job. It is very common that you would send this company or this business a copy of your CV, your curriculum vitae. Now, in every country in the world, CVs are different. It's true. From Britain to Malta to Spain to Argentina, the format of a CV is very different. But I'm going to give you some tips and advice about a nice, strong CV that you would send to a prospective employer in, for example, the United Kingdom. So, what do you need from the beginning? Well, what is very important is that you include your personal details, okay? Your personal details. Sorry. I should not include on my CV good board writing skills. There you have an example of a in-the-moment mistake, okay? I was writing too high. So, let's try again. Personal details, okay. This includes for example, your telephone number, your email address, perhaps your home postal address, maybe your Skype details or your LinkedIn details if you have them. And it can include, and many people do include nowadays, a photograph, okay? Also known as a headshot. Now, if you do include a photograph on your CV, I recommend that it is a photo of your head, maybe to here, to the shoulders, okay? I don't want to see a photograph of you with your friends drinking from a bottle of wine. No, not good for the CV. A plain photo on a white background like this, very professional, is nice for a CV. So first up, on a good CV, we're going to have those personal details. Is it important to say your name? Yes, of course it is. Is it important to say your age? Not really. Sometimes you can include your date of birth. I would recommend it. Some people are maybe sensitive about that and don't. It's up to you whether you include your date of birth or your age. Do you need to include your eye colour and your height and your weight? No. Unless it's for a specific job that asks for this information, you do not need to include that in your CV. I would then start, after your personal details, with a personal statement. A personal statement is a short paragraph about you. My name is Jonathan Dunn, or you already have my name, so perhaps I don't need to begin with that. I am a hard-working, enthusiastic, entertaining person, and I believe that I bring a lot of energy and commitment and passion to every job I do. A short paragraph about yourself, okay? To give the person reading the CV a little bit of an idea about your character or even what you're looking for. I'm looking for a new challenge. I'm looking for a better way to express myself. If you include that in a personal statement, it can be a nice sign to the person reading the CV. Now, sometimes the information that people include in a personal statement can be included in a cover letter, which is another document which we're not going to look at today. A cover letter which you sometimes send with you with your CV to the prospective employer, giving your reasons why you are applying for that job. That is why we have the cover letter. So sometimes there is some crossover between the information in a personal statement and in cover letter. Pardon me. What's next? Well, I then go into work experience, okay? Starting with my most recent or my current job, okay? So I would say the name of the organization that I work for, my job title, what is it that I do, okay? So Maltalingua School of English, English teacher. And then maybe 1 or 2 or 3 sentences which describe the main responsibilities and the main activities and the main duties that you perform in that position. Okay, what do you do in that job? That's an opportunity to show the person reading the CV the skills that you have learned, the skills that you have from doing that job, and perhaps why you are a good person for this prospective new job. So your work experience. I would recommend relevant work experience. So if you're applying for a job in a bank, would you include that you worked for example, selling makeup in a counter when you were at a counter when you were 16 years old? No, probably not. Relevant work experience, and I would say your last 3 jobs. Okay, so the current job and the 2 jobs before, including the dates from and to when you worked for this organization, and again describing what you did, what were the skills that you learned in this job that you still have, that you can still perform to date. So work experience. Next up, I would include, very important, qualifications, or you could say educational experience. Okay, so what education do you have? Again, starting with the most recent or the highest level of education that you have. So if you have a master's degree in biology, that would be at the top of this section. Okay, you would include the dates that you received this qualification, where you studied, and perhaps again a brief explanation of the different elements of the qualification, the different areas of the qualification, and the skills that you have learned from that. Any grade that you had, A, B, C, D, or 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, 2. Whatever your grade was for the qualification. It's different in every country, so I would include it as well. So again, I wouldn't go any lower. I would say perhaps university, master's degree or PhD or bachelor degree. Include that first if you have it, and then I would include perhaps your high school educational qualifications within that section. And finally, I would include a section, other skills and achievements. Other skills and achievements can include information about other things that you have learned or that you have achieved in your life. So if you are trained in first aid and you have a first aid certificate, include it there. If you are an experienced scuba diver with a scuba diving license, why not include it there? If you have a certificate in teaching a language, include it there. This is an opportunity for you to display any other skills or experiences that you have that you think this prospective employer reading your CV might think, wow, I want to speak to this guy. So these are what I would say are the most important areas and sections of your CV to include. Practice. There are many example CVs that you can find on the internet. I would say to you, follow this framework, try to create one of your own before comparing it with something online. Because if you look online at example CVs before you try it yourself, you might end up just copying what you see. Try and include some of your personality, some of your character in your CV. Try to use nice, descriptive adjectives if you can, but please, you're not writing a book. Keep it short. In my experience in management in the past, I have worked with many CVs. I have looked at many CVs in my life, and if they are longer than 2 pages, I'm going to get bored. I'm not going to read it all. These are the key areas that an employer is going to look at. So make sure they're strong, but don't write books. Okay, keep it short and sweet, as we say in English. I hope you found this useful, this video, and good luck preparing a CV in English. It's always a good resource to have. If you've enjoyed this video, please please share, and any questions or comments, drop them in the box below. Good luck, guys!